Hello everyone. Today we are starting next topic of this lesson, that is sexuality of plants and animals. Dear students, what is the meaning of sexuality? That means some organisms are bisexual and some organisms are unisexual. Yani that means bisexual means if male and female both type of reproductive organs are present on same body, then these are known as bisexual animals. For example, earthworm, for example, uh, tapeworm, sponges, hydra, and some organisms in which male and female reproductive organs are present on say separate body, separate individuals. These are known as unisexual organisms or unisexual animals. Like most of animals are unisexual, for example mammals, for example reptiles, birds, fishes, amphibians, the insects, these are unisexual animals. Clear? And in plants, homothallic and heterothallic or monoecious and dioecious, two types of conditions are present. For example, in Markensia, it is Markensia plant in which it is male plant and it is female plant. Both are separated from each other. Male plant produces male gametes in antheridium. This is antheridium. Male reproductive organ is known as antheridium, which is present on the tip of antheridiophore. Clear? It is stalk-like structure. It is antheridiophore. Antheridium produces anthrozoids. Anthrozoids are biflagellated motile structures or male gametes. Biflagellated. So these are male gametes produces on different body or male plant, and some female plant produce female gametes in this structure, oogonia. It is oogonia. Oogonia, female gametes are always less in number than male gametes. So single egg is present in oogonia. Only one egg or egg cell is present in oogonia. So these are heterothallic. These are heterothallic, or Markensia is example related to heterothallic. That means male and female both type of sex organs are present separately on separate plant body. Homothallic example is Chara. Chara plant is aquatic green algae, multicellular green algae, in which these are nodes and internode like structures, node and internode. This is diagram of Chara. In this part, we can see male and female both type of reproductive organs. Like it is female reproductive organ, oogonium, which is multicellular, and it is male reproductive organ, antheridium. It is also multicellular. So both type of sex organs are present on same plant body in Chara. It is plant Chara, and it is homothallic. These diagrams related to your NCERT book. It is oogonium and it is antheridium. So Chara plant is homothallic because female sex organ and male sex organ both are present on same plant body. But Markensia plant is heterothallic, and some plants are heterothallic in which male and female plants are separated from each other. They produces they produce different type of gametes separately. So these are some best example related to homothallic and heterothallic plants. Next, in animals, bisexual and unisexual. I explained this diagram already. Earthworm is bisexual, and we can say that cockroach, insects are unisexual animals. In earthworm, male and female both type of sex organs are present in same animal body. Like this is ovary, it is female reproductive organ in which female gametes are produced, and these are testes in which male gametes sperms are produced. So testes and ovary both are situated in same individual body, like in earthworm, tapeworm, cockroach, tapeworm, sponges, hydra, etc. But in insects or most of animals, male and female both are separated from each other. Like in female cockroach, these are ovaries. These are ovaries, and ovaries are present in female cockroach and testes are present in male cockroach, and they produce male and female gametes separately, individually. Okay. Next topic related to your syllabus is gamete transfer. So dear students, gametogenesis we already discussed. Gametogenesis, in which gametes are formed in male and female reproductive organs separately or on similar body. Now second step of pre-fertilization event is gamete transfer. What is the meaning of gamete transfer and what are happened in during the process of gamete transfer? In flowering plants, pollen grains are formed in anther, and pollen grains are transferred from anther to stigma. This point is known as, this term, or we can say that this process is known as a pollination. So it is a type of transfer of gamete. In lower plants, water is required for transfer of gamete. So due to we can say that presence of specific sexual organs, basically specific methods of gamete transfer are present, and in male gametes we can say that male gametes are mostly motile and female gametes are non-motile. Exceptions are there, some algae and in some fungi members, male and female both gametes are motile, but in most of plants and animals male gametes are motile. Motile means movable and female gametes are non motile. ठीक है, एक डिफरेंस और आता है कि मेल गैमेट्स के नंबर हमेशा ज़्यादा होते हैं, मैक्सिमम होते हैं कंपैरिजन टू फीमेल गैमेट, फीमेल गैमेट बहुत कम होते हैं. दैट मीन्स फॉर एग्जांपल इन ह्यूमन स्पर्म्स के नंबर मिलियंस में होते हैं प्रोडक्शन में एंड ट्रांसफर के दौरान, बट इन मेल गैमेट्स वी कैन से दैट ओनली वन एग इज डेवलप्ड ड्यूरिंग वन मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल. सो these are large in number. Male gametes are large in number in comparison to female gametes. This is the second difference between male and female gametes. And in lower plants, water is required for transfer of gametes. So transfer of gametes is a part of we can say that sexual reproduction, because after formation of gametes are transferred to their proper place and then they fertilize. Male and female gametes are fertilized. So gamete transfer is also another event. Clear students? Now we are discussing about fertilization. Gametogenesis and gamete transfer topic are completed, and then we are discussing about fertilization. So what is the meaning of fertilization? First of all, we are discussing that what is the meaning of fertilization. The process of fusion of male and female gametes to form diploid zygote is known as a fertilization. It is important event related to sexual reproduction because zygote is developed after process of fertilization. Clear? Like in human being, male gamete and female gamete are fused. Male gamete is sperm, female gamete is ovum. This is ovum and this is sperm. Clear? And the process of fusion of male and female gamete or sperm and ovum is known as a fertilization, and after fertilization zygote is formed which is diploid, and it is also known as syngamy. It is also known as syngamy. That means fusion of nucleus of male and female gamete is known as syngamy, and it is also fertilization. Okay, fertilization is also known as syngamy. So these are some important terms related to fertilization. Fertilization, if fertilization does not take place, then in some exceptions or exceptional animals in which embryo is developed without fertilization or without fertilization from egg is known as parthenogenesis. Like in animals, honeybees में 3 टाइप के मेंबर्स होते हैं, वर्कर्स, क्वीन एंड ड्रोन. क्वीन फर्टाइल फीमेल होती हैं, वर्कर्स स्टेराइल फीमेल होती हैं. बोथ आर डेवलप्ड फ्रॉम फर्टिलाइज्ड एग. बट वर्कर हनीबी, ड्रोन हनीबी जो होते हैं मेल मेंबर्स, ड्रोन मेंबर्स हमेशा अनफर्टिलाइज्ड एग से डेवलप हो जाते हैं. This is called as parthenogenesis. It is a basic feature of insects only. Honeybee, wasps, they show parthenogenesis. Like some bird, turkey bird, rotifers, microorganisms, they also show parthenogenesis in their life cycle. But basically fertilization is the important process for formation of a zygote. Okay, in most of plants and animals, syngamy or fertilization takes place during the process of sexual reproduction. But in some animals, in some stages, they show parthenogenesis for development of new generation, like as honeybee, drone developed from unfertilized egg without fertilization, we can say that. So fertilization is a very important event related to sexual reproduction. Like in some animals, some plants also parthenogenesis, parthenocarpy is present. After we can say that some hormones are used, some plants convert into fruits or some flowers convert into fruits without fertilization after using some specific hormones, like auxin hormone induce parthenocarpy. Auxin hormones are plant growth hormones which are included in your syllabus. Plant growth hormones induces parthenocarpy. Parthenocarpy means, carpy means fruit. So the process of formation of fruit without fertilization is known as parthenocarpy, and it can be induced by some plant growth hormone, and these fruits are seedless. These fruits are seedless. For example, banana, orange, these fruits can be developed by the process of parthenocarpy. It is also known as induced parthenocarpy. Clear, students? Okay. Next, types of fertilization. Students, there are 2 types of fertilization, external and internal fertilization. What is the meaning of external fertilization? That means if fertilization process occurs outside the female body or outside the body of organism, then it is called as external fertilization. External means बाहर. अगर fertilization की process, that means fusion of male and female gamete की process किसी भी organism के body के बाहर होती है. Suppose that amphibia के example में अगर हम बात करें तो frog के एग्स और फ्रॉग के स्पर्म्स जो होते हैं वो वाटर बॉडीज में, एक्वेटिक हैबिटेट में, पोंड वगैरह में दिए जाते हैं, एंड देन वहाँ पे उनकी फर्टिलाइजेशन होती है, वहीं जाइगोट बनता है, उसी से एम्ब्रियो बनते हैं, एम्ब्रियो से टेडपोल लार्वा बनता है जो कि एक्वेटिक एनिमल है, एंड देन वो स्प्रेड होकर के वहाँ पे चारों तरफ सर्वाइव करता है एक्वेटिक हैबिटेट में, एंड देन वो फ्रॉग एडल्ट में चेंज हो जाता है. सो दिस इज द लाइफ साइकिल ऑफ फ्रॉग इन विच fertilization process takes place outside the female body in aquatic habitat, in water, clear? But in internal fertilization, the process of fusion of male and female gametes takes place inside the female body, and we can say that inside the female body zygote is also developed. So embryo is formed in this fertilized egg inside the female body, and then we can say that internal fertilization, parental care or embryonic care, protection, these are provided by female members or parents. So internal fertilization is more advanced than external fertilization process. Internal fertilization and external fertilization, we can say that large number of gametes or male and female gametes are released in surrounding medium. In internal fertilization, large number of male and female gametes both are released in surrounding medium like in water, and this is the basic type of fertilization of bony fishes or some amphibians like as frog, salamander. They show this type of fertilization in aquatic habitat. But internal fertilization is more common than external fertilization, and in this process we can say that zygote is developed internal side of body of organism. So this is the best type of fertilization, and the example related to this internal fertilization are birds, mammals, and most of reptiles. We can say that these earthworm, they show internal fertilization. Chordates and non-chordates, most of animals show internal fertilization. Okay students, we can explain external fertilization by some points. Like external fertilization which take place outside the body of organism in external medium like as water, it is called as external fertilization. And majority of algae, fishes and amphibians show this type of fertilization. This is common in amphibians and fishes and some algae members. So this is the lower type of fertilization, and some advantage and disadvantage are there. Advantage, that means show great synchrony between the sexes, release of large number of gametes into surrounding medium. इसमें सबसे बड़ा जो एडवांटेज यही है कि जो गैमेट्स होते हैं उनको बड़े नंबर पे, ह्यूज नंबर में जो है वहाँ पे एक्वेटिक हैबिटेट में, वाटर में रिलीज किया जाता है. So it is the best technique, that means release of large number of gametes into surrounding medium, and large number of offsprings are also produced. Offsprings के नंबर आप देखेंगे इंटरनल फर्टिलाइजेशन में हमेशा लेस नंबर होता है और इसमें लार्ज नंबर होता है. सो लार्ज नंबर ऑफ ऑफस्प्रिंग्स are produced and large number of gametes are released during external fertilization. And disadvantage is offsprings vulnerable to predators. Predators से वो सुरक्षित नहीं रह सकते. That means if tadpole larva are released in aquatic habitat, then predators जो वहाँ पे present होंगे वो tadpole larva और उनके जो members eggs हैं उनको सबको destroy कर सकते हैं. तो ये पेरेंटल केयर वहाँ पे अवेलेबल नहीं होती है. ये इसका सबसे बड़ा डिसएडवांटेज है एक्सटर्नल फर्टिलाइजेशन का. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, नेक्स्ट इंटरनल फर्टिलाइजेशन. फ्यूजन occurs inside female body or inside body of organism, then it is called as internal fertilization. Majority of plants and animals, it show by majority of plants and animals, like as internal fertilization is basic feature of mammals, reptiles, birds, and in plants angiosperms. Fertilization takes place inside the female body or organism. Gymnosperms, so So these are some examples related to plants and animals, clear, in which internal fertilization take place. If egg is formed, egg non-motile. This is another difference between external and internal fertilization. Egg or female gamete is non-motile and formed inside female body. कहाँ बनते हैं वो? फीमेल बॉडी के अंदर या फीमेल पार्ट के अंदर, एंड देन वहीं पे वो रहते हैं, मोटाइल नहीं होते, मूवेबल नहीं होते. एंड मेल गैमेट्स आर मोटाइल एंड प्रोड्यूस इन लार्ज नंबर टू रीच एग. एग तक पहुंचने के लिए मेल गैमेट्स जो है वो हमेशा लार्ज नंबर में रहते हैं, एंड देन दे मोटाइल ऑल्सो. आफ्टर फ्यूजन दे फॉर्म zygote. Egg cell converts into zygote after fertilization. Clear, students? And in seed plants like flowering plants, non-motile male gametes are present and they carry two female gametes by pollen tube. फीमेल प्लांट्स और मेल प्लांट्स अगर हम देखें, प्लांट्स के अंदर अगर पोलिनेशन करने वाली जो प्रोसेस होती है, जो हम डिस्कस करेंगे आगे, पोलन ग्रेन्स आर ट्रांसफर्ड फ्रॉम एंथर टू स्टिग्मा, बट they are not motile. They are transferred through wind, through water or other agents in cross pollination process, and after reaching on the stigma part, pollen tube is developed, and this pollen tube enters into ovule and embryo sac and then fertilized with egg cell. So this is the basic difference between plants and animals, because in animals egg is non-motile but male gametes are motile. Like in human, sperms are motile and egg is not motile, non-motile. ठीक है, यहाँ पे हम कह सकते हैं कि प्लांट्स के अंदर ऐसा नहीं होता, मेल गैमेट्स मोटाइल नहीं होते, लेकिन पोलन ट्यूब उसको सर्वाइव करने के लिए वहाँ तक पहुँचाती है, फ्यूज करने के लिए. सो फ्यूजन टेक्स प्लेस इनसाइड द ओवेरी पार्ट. क्लियर? Next topic related to this lesson is post fertilization events. Dear student, after fertilization which events take place? Zygote formation, embryogenesis, and in flowering plants seed formation, endosperm formation, embryo formation and fruit formation. These are some basic topics related to post fertilization events. Like first we'll discuss about zygote. Zygote is a diploid unicellular structure. It is first cell of any organism in which sexual reproduction is present, and it is a link between generations. So, or zygote converts into embryo. Zygote is normally diploid structure and it converts into diploid embryo. This process is known as a embryogenesis. It is known as embryogenesis. Clear, student? In external fertilization, zygote is formed in external medium like in water, and in internal fertilization, zygote is formed in internal medium like in female body, and it is protected, and after formation of embryo, it forms embryo. We can say that after mitotic cell division, cleavage cell division, we can say that. So internal and external fertilization में zygote formation जो होता है वो change होता है, थोड़ा सा उसमें डिफरेंस है. एक्सटर्नल फर्टिलाइजेशन में जाइगोट का फॉर्मेशन कहाँ हुआ? एक्सटर्नल वाटर बॉडी, एक्वेटिक मीडियम में. इंटरनल फर्टिलाइजेशन में जाइगोट फॉर्मेशन इंटरनल साइड ऑफ फीमेल बॉडी में होता है. इट इज द डिफरेंस. देन एक्सटर्नल फर्टिलाइजेशन लाइक फ्रॉग एंड इंटरनल फर्टिलाइजेशन एग्जाम्पल. सो जाइगोट इज फॉर्म्ड इन एक्सटर्नल मीडियम इन वाटर and for example frog, and in internal fertilization zygote is formed inside the female body and its development occurs inside the female body like in human beings. Development of zygote depends on the type of life cycle and environment. Some develop thick wall like prevents from damage and desiccation and undergo period of रेस्ट लाइक इन एल्गी एंड फंगी. जाइगोट का जो फॉर्मेशन होता है वो डिपेंड करता है लाइफ साइकिल ऑफ प्लांट और एनिमल पर एंड एनवायरनमेंट पर. लाइक फंगी एंड एल्गी में जो जाइगोट बनता है वो थिक वॉल्ड होता है फॉर डैमेज प्रोटेक्शन और फॉर चेंजेस related to environment and desiccation protection. So it prevent damage and desiccation. So in algae and fungi, thick walled zygote is developed, and एक्सटर्नल एंड इंटरनल फर्टिलाइजेशन में जाइगोट बनने के लिए जो प्रोसेस होती है वो मैंने आपको बता दी. जब भी हैप्लॉइड, haplontic life cycle and diplontic life cycle, there are two types of life cycle in life of organisms, haplontic and diplontic. Haplontic life cycle, that means if zygote divides by meiosis and the zygote developed into haploid structure and haploid structure converts into haploid body, like for example algae. Algae have specific haploid body. The main plant body of algae is a haploid thallus. So haploid structure is formed after the formation of a zygote through cell division meiosis, and then this is called as haplontic life cycle. And diplontic life cycle, if zygote divides by mitotically and develops into embryo, which is also diploid. So diploid body is present in most of plants and different animals also. So they show meiotic cell division during the process of gamete formation, and their main body is diploid, in which 2n nucleus is present. Double diploid number of chromosomes are present in each cell. For example, in human, 46 number of chromosome is present in pea plant, 14 number of chromosomes are present in house fly, 20 number of chromosome is present in fruit fly, Drosophila, fruit fly, 8 number of chromosomes are present. So some organisms have specific type of number of chromosome. Clear? Oviparous animals and viviparous animals. Some animals are oviparous and some animals are viviparous. Like egg laying animals are known as oviparous animal. They lay egg outside the female body. Egg can be fertilized or egg can be unfertilized. Okay, and these eggs converted into individual body in which fertilized or unfertilized process takes place. So hard calcareous shell is present in some organism, like in cleidoic egg laying animals. Cleidoic egg means if hard calcareous shell is present outside the egg. For example, in birds, reptiles, कैलकेरियस एग शेल इज प्रेजेंट. बाहर की तरफ कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट का एक शेल प्रेजेंट होता है जो बर्ड्स के अंदर हम देखते हैं. बर्ड्स में बड़े लेवल पे कैलकेरियस एग शेल प्रेजेंट होता है. लेकिन कुछ एनिमल्स में आपने देखा होगा कि शेल प्रेजेंट नहीं होता. फॉर एग्जांपल ह्यूमन बीइंग, ऑल मैमल्स, eggs are not covered by calcareous cell. Clear? So this is the difference between some types of egg, cleidoic eggs and non-cleidoic eggs. And oviparous animals lay egg after fertilization or without fertilization. So egg may be fertilized or unfertilized. Like example of fertilized egg in birds and reptiles, they lay egg. Female of birds and reptiles lay egg which are fertilized, or they lay egg which are already fertilized. But in some animals, eggs are not fertilized initial stage, like in amphibians, fishes, bony fishes, they lay eggs which are unfertilized. Clear? So this is the another difference. Next, viviparous animals. Viviparous animals bear and rear the embryo inside the female body. They give birth young ones. Viviparous animals are different from oviparous animals because they give birth young ones. And the advantage of viviparous animal, they provide proper embryonic care. They provide proper parental care to embryo. So the survival chances of young ones is greater than oviparous animal. So this is the important question related to your syllabus. Why the survival chances are more or greater than survival chances are more than oviparous animal in viviparous animal. So we can say that due to parental care, due to embryonic care and protection, they provide protection to young ones. So पेरेंटल केयर ओविपेरस एनिमल्स प्रोवाइड नहीं कर सकते नॉर्मली, उनकी जो केयर होती है वो कम होती है, उनमें नंबर ऑफ ऑफस्प्रिंग्स भी ज़्यादा होते हैं, उनका डेवलपमेंट भी ज़्यादा होता है. तो ये जो प्रॉपर्टी है वो किस में होती है, विविपेरस एनिमल्स में. विविपेरस एनिमल्स उनको केयर प्रोवाइड करते हैं, लंबे टाइम तक उनको पेरेंटल केयर मिलती है. तो क्या होगा उससे वो प्रोटेक्टेड रहेंगे लार्ज स्केल पे, और फिर प्रोटेक्शन मिलेगा तो पेरेंटल केयर के कारण उनका सर्वाइवल चांसेस भी क्या होंगे, ज़्यादा होंगे. So survival chances are greater in viviparous animals than oviparous animals. It is an important question. Examples: cows, whales, human being, and other mammals, reptiles. They show parental care because they are viviparous. Reptiles are oviparous. Mammals are viviparous. Like cows, whales, human beings, all are mammals. Clear, students? And oviparous examples are insects, birds, reptiles, amphibians, fishes, they lay egg. Clear? Okay. Okay, next we are discussing the fusion of male and female gamete. Like in some algae, like Cladophora algae, gametes are similar, almost similar, and their body fuse with each other. And form zygote. And zygote converts into new individual body. So in unicellular animals, the asexual reproduction process is present, in which different types of processes take place, like as fission, different types of asexual reproduction, like as budding, fragmentation, regeneration, vegetative reproduction. These are basic types of asexual reproduction. But in some plants, normally sexual reproduction is present, like in higher plants, angiosperms, gymnosperms. They show fertilization, sexual reproduction, and gamete fusion process. So they produce large male and female gametes, or they produce large male and female gametes at large scale. So after fusion of male and female gamete, the structure zygote is developed, and zygote is diploid cell, and it connects two generations. It is the first cell related to sexual reproducing organisms. Like as zygote converts into embryo after the process of embryogenesis, and we can say that meiosis or mitotic cell division. But zygote is diploid, and it divides by mitotic cell division during embryogenesis. Clear? So in external fertilization, zygote is formed inside outside the organism body, and in internal fertilization it is developed inside the body of a organism. Human beings develop the zygote inside their body, like in female body, zygote is developed inside the female body in oviduct. Fertilization in human beings take place in the oviduct part of female or female reproductive structure, and oviduct especially in ampulla part. So the zygote is formed in oviduct, and this zygote converts into different stages during embryogenesis, like as morula stage, blastula stage, gastrula stage, and then embryo is developed. So during embryogenesis, different stages take place inside the female reproductive body, and finally embryo is formed. Finally is embryo, multicellular embryo with well developed organ system is developed, and in female body it get protection and maternal care also. सो मैटरनल केयर प्रोवाइड होती है प्लेसेंटा के थ्रू, प्लेसेंटा के थ्रू उसको सभी न्यूट्रिशंस मिल रहे हैं, उसके जो एक्सक्रीटरी वेस्ट हैं वो रिमूवल हो रहे हैं, साथ साथ में उसमें जो भी चेंजेस आ रहे हैं वो सब उसमें देखे जाते हैं। तो हम कह सकते हैं कि पेरेंट्स जो हैं वो आफ्टर पार्चुरेशन और आफ्टर बर्थ ऑफ बेबी उसको पेरेंटल केयर प्रोवाइड की जा रही है, उससे पहले भी मैटरनल केयर प्रोवाइड की जा रही है। तो सर्वाइवल चांसेस जो हैं वो सबसे ज़्यादा होते हैं ह्यूमन में। एंड देन मैमल्स जो हैं उनके अंदर अगर हम बात करें सभी में ये प्रोसेस होती है, जो प्लेसेंटल मैमल्स हैं सभी में। एंड ओवीपेरस एनिमल्स जो होते हैं उनके अंदर ऐसा नहीं होता, बिकॉज ओवीपेरस एनिमल्स में अगर एग फर्टिलाइज्ड भी है तो उससे जाइगोट बनेगा, उसी से एम्ब्रियो उसके अंदर डेवलप होगा, बट हैचिंग के बाद वो एम्ब्रियो इंडिपेंडेंट होगा धीरे धीरे, उसकी पेरेंटल केयर बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं दी जाएगी। स्पेशली अनफर्टिलाइज्ड एग जो एग लेइंग की जाती है फ्रॉग्स के थ्रू वाटर बॉडीज़ में, उनको इतनी केयर प्रोवाइड नहीं होती है, बिकॉज दे ले एग इन वाटर मीडियम। And after fusion of male and female gamete, zygote is also developed inside the outside the female body in water medium. So water is basic medium which is provided for egg laying, and we can say that in human being developed zygote is present inside the female body and parental care is also provided. So in algae and fungus we can say that a thick wall is also present in zygote. Zygote is protected from desiccation and from extreme condition, and if in haplontic life cycle zygote divides by meiosis for formation of a haploid structure or haploid spores, and these spores convert into haploid thallus like structure, thallus like body like in thallophytes, algae and fungi members. And in diploid life cycle, diplontic life cycle, zygote is developed uh, by the process of mitotic cell division. Mitotic and meiotic cell division, these are two types of division. In meiotic cell division, cell divides into two equal halves and then four cells are developed, and each cell have half number of chromosomes from their parental cell. Like in meiosis cell division, sperms are developed through meiosis cell division and they have haploid number of chromosome 23, because diploid number is 2n number is 46 in human being and 23 number is haploid number. Clear? और अगर हम कहें माइटोटिक सेल डिवीजन means if a parental cell divides into two equal cells and each cell have equal number of chromosome. So equal number, that means parental cell and daughter cell, they have, both cell have equal number of chromosome. Like as 46 number of chromosome zygote की हर सेल में प्रेजेंट है ह्यूमन में, देन उसकी डिवीजन के बाद में zygote is diploid 46 number of chromosome containing structure, and then after cell division, mitotic cell division, 46 नंबर ऑफ क्रोमोसोम्स ही बनेंगे नेक्स्ट एम्ब्रियो के अंदर सभी सेल्स के अंदर। तो माइटोटिक और मियोटिक डिवीजन भी आपको पता होनी चाहिए। दैट मीन्स मियोटिक सेल डिवीजन कब होता है? गैमेट्स फॉर्मेशन के टाइम, स्पेशली ऑर्गेनिजम्स में, और माइटोटिक सेल डिवीजन जो है वो सोमेटिक ग्रोथ के टाइम होता है, लाइक प्लांट पूरा कंप्लीट सीड डेवलप होता है प्लांट में, एंड देन इसी तरह से जैसे जाइगोट से पूरा एम्ब्रियो बन रहा है, तो इन दोनों टाइम पे क्या हो रहा है? माइटोटिक सेल डिवीजन हो रहा है। हमारी जो बॉडी की हीलिंग रिपेयरिंग होती है, सेल डिवीजन होता है, ग्रोथ होती है, वो सब माइटोटिक सेल डिवीजन से होती है। बॉडी में टू टाइप्स की सेल्स होती हैं, एक तो जर्म सेल होती हैं और एक सोमेटिक सेल्स होती हैं। बॉडी सेल्स, there are two types of cells, germ cells and second type of cell, somatic cells. Germ cells are present in reproductive organs and they divide by meiotic cell division. Germ cells are present in reproductive organs, like as in a male reproductive organ testes, male germ cells are present which form sperms by the process of spermatogenesis or gametogenesis process. And in female reproductive organ in human beings, female reproductive organ, ovaries are present, and ovaries have female germ cells or uh, egg mother cells which are diploid in number of chromosome, and they divides meiotically to form egg after process of oogenesis. So spermatogenesis and oogenesis, both type of process occurs during the process of gametogenesis in human beings, and these are related to germ cells because germ cells form gametes in reproductive organs and they show meiotic cell division. Clear? But zygote is diploid normally, so it divides by mitotic cell division in which a main body is diploid. तो डिप्लोन्टिक लाइफ साइकिल जिनमें भी शो होती है, ज़्यादातर हम प्लांट्स में ये वर्ड यूज करते हैं, लाइक इन एंजियोस्पर्म्स मेन बॉडी इज ए स्पोरोफाइट. स्पोरोफाइट जनरेशन इज डिप्लोइड जनरेशन. उसका फॉर्मेशन होने के लिए जाइगोट को क्या करना पड़ेगा, माइटोटिक सेल डिवीजन करना पड़ेगा. पूरी बॉडी ही डिप्लॉयड है जिसमें रूट स्टेम लीव सभी की सेल्स क्या हैं डिप्लॉयड, बट जो गैमेट्स बनते हैं उनमें पोलन ग्रेन्स बनते हैं फ्लावर्स में, या हम कह सकते हैं कि एग बनती है, एग सेल बनती है ओवरी में, तो उस समय मियोसिस होता है, उस समय मियोटिक सेल डिवीजन नेसेसरी है उनमें ताकि फ्यूजन के बाद वापस जाइगोट डिप्लॉयड हो सके. सो germ cells are present in reproductive organs and somatic cells are present in normal body parts. और बॉडी के स्ट्रक्चर में अगर हम देखें हमारी बॉडी में तो रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन्स के अंदर ओनली जर्म सेल्स हैं, बाकी सभी सेल्स सोमेटिक सेल्स हैं. और सोमेटिक सेल्स कौन सा डिवीजन करती है नॉर्मली, माइटोटिक सेल डिवीजन. ऑलवेज माइटोटिक सेल डिवीजन इज फाउंड इन somatic cells of most of organisms, and germ cells divide by meiotic cell division to form gametes. क्लियर? तो ये हम इसकी बात कर रहे हैं. हैप्लोन्टिक लाइफ साइकिल जिनकी होती है, जिनकी मेन बॉडी ही हैप्लोइड होती है, लाइक इन एल्गी, इन फंगस, थैलस लाइक बॉडी इन विच normally haploid number of chromosome is present. So their zygote divides by meiotic cell division to form haploid number of chromosome. Clear students? Oviparous and viviparous animals. These are oviparous and viviparous animals. Oviparous means egg laying animals in which egg are divided into two categories: fertilized eggs and unfertilized egg. Fertilized eggs and unfertilized eggs. So fertilized eggs, like in birds, reptiles, they lay fertilized egg. Female bird, like in we can say that Paeser domesticus, Paeocristatus, जो पिकॉक है, जो स्पैरो है, अगर उनके एग्स अगर हम कहते हैं नॉर्मली वो कैसे हैं, वो है हमेशा फर्टिलाइज्ड. एंड अनफर्टिलाइज्ड एग किस एग्जाम्पल क्या है बेटा, इसमें आएंगे जैसे एम्फीबियंस, फ्रॉग, सैलामेंडर, bony fishes, because fertilization process takes place in these animals outside the female body in water medium. So unfertilized egg and fertilized egg. Fertilized eggs की क्या जो egg laying करते हैं animals, like in birds, in reptiles. These are example of animals which lay fertilized egg. Clear? इसी तरह से एग जो होते हैं वो दो तरह के और होते हैं, क्लिडोइक एग्स एंड नॉन क्लिडोइक एग्स. Clidoic eggs which have shell, calcareous shell for their protection, and this shell is formed by calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate, and non-clidoic eggs have not shell or they are without shell. Without shell. So normally non-clidoic eggs are present in some animals like as human beings. Female produces only non-clidoic eggs in which no one shell is present, and we can say that the birds, reptiles, they produce only clidoic eggs because their eggs have well developed shell, calcareous shell, which contains calcium carbonate, and it is protected by this cell. So there are two types of egg: fertilized eggs and non-fertilized eggs, clidoic eggs and non-clidoic eggs. These are some best examples related to this terminology: oviparous, viviparous animals, clidoic eggs, non-clidoic eggs, fertilized eggs, non-fertilized eggs. So today we discussed about different topics related to this lesson, related to sexual reproduction in pre-fertilization events, fertilization events, and post-fertilization events also. In next lecture, we will discuss about embryogenesis in plants and animals and some important questions. Thank you.